Yo, what's happening, people? You're listening to the Rest Things podcast, the Kenny Omega approved podcast. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, you already know this podcast is by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow!
Yo, guys, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling's. What episode are we now? What episode is 128?
I haven't checked. I'm sure.
Okay, check the VAR team.
Let's have a check.
Yeah, but whilst NK's checking, as you can hear, we're doing this from our homes. Simply because of the fact that, you know, we wasn't able to all reach the studio at the same time, but we're still going to give you the content where it's needed. You know what I mean? Never let you guys down. So, yeah, I mean, here it is. I think it's 128. It's 128. I'm guessing.
You're correct. Yes.
Yeah, it's 128.
Yeah, I knew it. How's everyone doing, man?
Yo, I'm good, bro.
NK's stuck in Saturn, fam. Oh. How's everyone doing?
I'm back, yeah.
Yeah, you're back. Yeah, I'm good, you know. Just come back from work, long day. They're making me project leader. Yeah, man, it's just good to be able to chat with you, man. Still, I've been waiting for this since last week because I wasn't hearing it. So,
yeah.
I hear it.
We got. I feel like we got some bad reviews from a few people, isn't it? But you know, we'll talk about that when we go into the podcast.
For last week. Oh, so this was you booking the card. I enjoyed that episode.
I thought me, NK, and Sam done a good job.
I think he did do a good job. I think he did. On the fly, it's not like something you planned.
Yeah.
I think he done a good job.
People saying Brock Lesnar shouldn't be. Okay, forget. We'll get onto that. Yeah, everyone else good though, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good.
Man.
Good.
What about yourself?
I'm alright, man. I'm alright. I'm starving. I just had 2 stuff from KFC, but I feel like I need more, man. You know,
Them once.
Yeah, man. It's voice professional Nafi, former Nigel versus Pappy. Below me, I've got. Oh, to my left. I haven't got left now. Have I got left? I've got my. To my left, I've got.
Wait,
what's up?
Wait. Sorry, is everyone's screen the same?
I think so.
Yeah.
So who's on your right? Max.
Sorry, what you say?
Who's on your right? Me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. To my left, I've got.
What's up, people? My name's Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will, and you are tuned in to the WRESTHINGS podcast. Below me, we have got
Slaps, the main event liver and champagne sipper. Can't say the rest of my promo because Mumsy's downstairs.
Man can't release the steeds.
Can't release it. But to the man on my right,
yo, people, it's your boy NK, aka the man the hour, too sweet
to be sour.
Come on, aka the Hood Japanese correspondent, aka the CEO, president, the commissioner, the TDM, Tokyo Dome merchants. I'm here.
Nice. Cool. So I think obviously we'll get into the other stuff that happened this week in wrestling. AEW's put on a great, I'll call it a gesture, by showing us 2 international matches on AEW Dark. I think we'll get into that. A few of us watched it. But before we do that, as you guys heard last week, we done a nice super show. AEW, WWE, and New Japan all under the same all in the same ring at the same time on all matches. There was one match that a lot of people were happy with, and that was the Brock Lesnar. That was the Survivor Series type match where we had Brock Lesnar get eliminated first. Guys, if you was in our position, how else would you have booked Brock Lesnar to lose on this match? Give me a proper reason. If there's
I think everyone's feedback was that Brock Lesnar shouldn't lose.
But how? Okay.
We ultimately we've got to start building the next people. Even in real life, that we're coming back to this Roman Brock again. We got to start building the next people. And like you lot said, this card is what's supposed to happen next year. It was a fantasy card for 2023 in 2 years' time. That makes it even more. You know, the fact that Lesnar shouldn't be so renowned anymore. He should be kind of maybe not the first to be eliminated, but yeah, we shouldn't be thinking that Lesnar is that guy anymore. Like,
correct me if I'm wrong. Was Brock Lesnar he was second from last? No, was he first?
I can't remember. I think in the match we said both rosters rush him.
Yeah, so would you guys think that's the perfect way to book him? Because imagine if Brock Lesnar gets flipping super kick, then 1, 2, 3 done. It makes sense for everyone to come in, rush him, then everyone's pinning him at the same time. Do you only pin after they put? Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, people arguing with us.
And the thing is, I hear it because of like who Brock is, in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, do you want a predictable finish or do you want something different? I don't know. But I got the argument that Brock shouldn't lose, in it, and I wouldn't be against Brock winning, but in the event of doing something different, who knows, isn't it?
Well, I think another problem we had was that I think the reason why we didn't book WWE to because WWE won the match before. So we wanted to balance it out a bit. And I think even this one, I think New Japan won it. Was it New Japan that won it?
I think
so.
I can't remember.
I remember. It was yeah. I think New Japan got AEW won it, but we wanted to balance out the card a bit.
Man, think it's easy to book something off the top of your head. People enter the comments and book the show yourself. If that's the case,
I was literally on the flash. I was. If you give me like a week, I'd come with a list.
Yeah.
But it was like,
they didn't give you time to sit down and strategize and think ahead. What looks good on paper? Like you didn't have that time.
I can't lie. I couldn't believe that you lot done that for the entire episode.
Bro, do you know this?
I enjoyed it.
I didn't realize the time. When it got down to like,
I kept saying that we're gonna be here the whole episode. I kept saying it.
I didn't know.
I said we're gonna be here for time. There's too much talent to manage. That's the thing about these super shows. And the thing is, you can imagine like how it is on these actual super shows when you've got like Tony Khan or Gado or you know what I'm saying? Like these these bookers are in the room probably for hours thinking, I can't give you CM Punk losing, but I'll give you Orange Cassidy. And then it's like it's like a transfer market. Cool. Man will give you Orange Cassidy if Tanahashi can take a pin or something bad like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's literally that.
Even I think one of the guys, I think Jimmy also didn't feel the fact that Seth Rollins beat Ospreay. I mean,
Ospreay beat Seth Rollins. Yeah.
I'm a stand 12 toes down.
How else would you have booked that? It makes sense. Seth obviously brought the smoke at the beginning. It now makes sense for Ospreay to be like, bam, I'm ending it here.
We can even see like on TV within the last year or so, Seth Rollins hasn't won any of his meaningful feuds.
No.
Because he's you could even take it in a blessing sort of way. He's now reached that point where he doesn't need to win. Just put him there to have great matches with people, not even necessarily upcoming people, but people that need or could do with a shine a bit more than he does. Seth Rollins has nothing left to prove. Like, so
Rollins, the guy that's been on TV for like the last decade. Like I'm saying, like Will Ospreay, like the first time a national audience, international audience saw him on a televised product was Forbidden Door, and he killed it. So and you know what I'm saying. So let Will Ospreay cook, but let Will Ospreay breathe it because Will Ospreay is the future. Yeah, he's the future. So you put over the future. That's and that's what WWE have done in the past. How did Brock get over? He squashed The Rock. Finished him.
That's facts.
Finished him. You know what I'm saying? You elevate the old, you elevate new guys by putting them over. The old guy. How many times has Roman beaten Cena? How many old heads has Roman finished?
No, but don't you think that they're doing that with Roman now? They're letting him finish Lesnar so that Lesnar can be the one going out on his back. And now but the problem they have to finish Roman. You know what I'm saying?
But the problem with Lesnar Roman is that one, it's like we've seen how many times like I don't think it's been the whole thing hasn't been executed well in my opinion. But two, it's like Roman's already slayed giants. He slayed the Undertaker. He slayed Cena. Like you don't give everyone to one guy. You balance it out. Give different people different legends, innit? Roman's just run through the entire roster.
I hear that.
Let me ask you a question. Obviously, they're kind of pitting this match as last time ever. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, last man standing. Does anyone buy that?
It has to.
They're gonna reload it.
I guarantee you, Royal Rumble. The Rumble, because how I was speaking to Skillet in it. How I predict everything to happen at the end of the year is that I feel like at Royal Rumble we'll get The Rock versus Roman Reigns. If that doesn't happen, we'll definitely get Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Then at WrestleMania we'll have Cody Rhodes versus what's his name? Versus Roman Reigns. Then what's his name cashes in. That's how I thought it's gonna happen.
Oh,
that's the booking that I feel that's gonna happen.
But so you think Rock Roman's gonna happen at Royal Rumble, not Mania?
Yeah, and if Rock and Roman doesn't happen at Royal Rumble, we'll definitely get Roman versus Brock Lesnar again.
Yeah, I think Rock Roman's Defo Mania, bro.
That's the main.
Nah, bro. Look,
there's Defo Mania, bro. There's no. It doesn't make sense.
I think with Brock and Roman, WWE keep that as like a emergency match. That if they have nothing else to do, just run it.
That's Mania then. That's Mania then. Because I mean, that's Royal Rumble then. Because that Mania, you want to make the winner of the Royal Rumble win a big match, and the big match is the main event at WrestleMania. Unless they do night 1, night 2, and flipping Roman's working both nights, which is
possibly can.
Yeah, no chance.
You know what I mean? So
the only thing, another question. Obviously, everyone's kind of saying Cody will beat Roman. Do you think the company will do it? Does that look like? I just think WWE may be a bit too petty to have Cody AEW in picture beat Roman, who is the WWE guy.
I think we got to remember Cody was WWE first.
I agree.
He's always been a WWE product, but I do agree with you that they may be petty in not allowing him to get it at Mania. Maybe a Backlash or SummerSlam, but Mania, that's a bit too grand because, again, he did go to AEW, so I don't think they want to give him that kind of spotlight. But Mania, off the table.
I don't even think it's an AEW thing. More so, it's just they're very protective of Roman in general. Mm-hmm. I think it's less of a like, if for example, let's say it was a Drew McIntyre who was champion for some reason. I'd have no problem believing that Cody would beat McIntyre at Mania, but because it's Roman, it's like that's the golden child. And even if Cody does beat Roman, I don't think it will be like the clean babyface win we think it is. I think it's going to be shenanigans. It's going to be maybe Brock cost Roman the title, or I'm saying the Usos. I mean, I don't think the Bloodline split, but the Usos turn on road, or something would have to happen to facilitate Cody to win. Yeah. I don't think they're ever going to book Cody just overcoming Roman as like the ultimate babyface. I think that's
okay. I agree with you on that one because I feel as though WWE is a bit too overprotective with Roman Reigns. So they're definitely gonna make sure it's through shenanigans. Like I can't see it being a clean win,
unless for when Cody wins the Royal Rumble, that 2-month period before Royal Rumble, they book him mad strong to the point where he looks like, this guy is ready. This guy is gonna win the Champions League this year and the World Cup all in one go. You know what I mean? Like, do you get what I mean? They have to book him mad strong. That's when cool. That's when you're like, cool. This guy's ready for Roman.
No, I mean, that's how they're doing him now already.
Yeah, it's because they've really booked him strong now because it's like he's beaten Seth 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go back on my word. If not strong, stronger than what he is right now.
But
that means like to book Cody stronger than he's being booked now is then the level of competitors he's being given. He has to beat like
Bobby Lashley,
Rollins, Lesnar, Goldberg. Yeah. These kind of guys for us to then get to Mania and think, okay, he can beat Roman clean on his ones.
Yeah.
I don't see these guys being around between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania for that to even happen.
Did WWE even know themselves what they're going to do with Cody when he comes back?
No. I think they're just going to, like, I feel like what's going to happen, I don't think Cody and Roman are going to touch it. I feel like the titles will be separated. And then whoever, sure. Like Cody faces SmackDown, Roman face of whatever. Yeah. Raw or whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
I would rather that happen and then Cody gets a clean championship win over, like we're predicting, if Cody does face Roman that has 2 belts, there's some shenanigans and then Cody wins. This is why we all hated the way Bobby Lashley beat Brock Lesnar at Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
It's just nonsense.
This is bad booking and bad shenanigans here. But I slightly feel like this will work in terms of it's not even believable, but I'll give you a scenario. So this is it. WrestleMania's happened, right? We had Cody versus Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Championship. It's cool. It's going off. Roman completely thrashes Cody Rhodes, but it's a long match. Thrashes Cody Rhodes. He gets the pin. He pins Cody Rhodes, right? Match is done.
Right.
Austin Theory comes in now, yeah. He cashes in his title. He knocks out Roman, about to pin Roman. I don't know if it's possible, innit? Cody Rhodes gets Austin Theory in the roll-up, pins. Actually, that's not going to make sense, isn't it?
And plus, it makes Cody look like a sideman.
Yeah.
It makes Cody look like it's basically Bobby Lashley all over again. It's like you need someone else to come and win the title for you.
It slightly diminishes the Money in the Bank. I'm tired of it not being cashed in.
It needs to be successful
in an exciting way. You know, I wasn't happy the way Miz cashed it in, but. Remember back in the day when someone had the Money in the Bank, they can come at any time, even in your sleep, they can come and just cash in. Like, I need that kind of excitement.
Let me ask you a question, because Money in the Bank used to be a tool, for like, and I guess with Austin Theory, you can kind of say this, but we have to wait until he cashes it in. Money in the Bank used to be a star-making tool. It used to be a quick way to like get someone who wasn't on the main event picture yet into that picture. You can think of guys like Edge, think of guys like CM Punk. Do you know what I'm saying? That guy. When's the last time you think Money in the Bank has made someone like a star?
Seth Rollins. 2014, 15.
That was the best cash-in ever.
It was the best run with the briefcase as well that I've seen. I mean, there were guys before it that done good stuff, but I feel like Rollins just had the entire infrastructure around him in terms of his presentation. I felt like the company were fully behind him with his presentation as well. Like, and then to top it off with cashing in at WrestleMania. Nah, get the hell out of here, man. Like,
the best cash in.
And he had a match on the night. Like, I feel everyone forgets that part. And he had a very good match with Randy Orton on the night. Yeah. And then obviously just reappears in the main event. I think that's the last time they truly cared about who was receiving that briefcase and how we're gonna book him or her going forward. And as it's been said, even on the day of WrestleMania, there was nothing in place to say that Rollins was gonna cash in on that day. But because they had booked the Money in the Bank relatively well and things with Roman wasn't going to plan, they had a contingency plan there, which they, break glass in case of emergency, and they did. Like, not this. Yeah. The woman's booking of the Money in the Bank, of this only holding it for no longer than 24 hours is just nonsense. Just make the match a championship match at this point.
If I was WWE, I would have let Liv Morgan book it in at the end of the year and make her like. Obviously, everyone loves her, but the longer she holds it, the much better it is, and
it builds up anticipation.
Yeah, bro.
This one,
the Money in the Bank has always been a thing of like, it's the wild card, isn't it? When you least expect it. Think of guys like Edge, think of guys like Punk, think like there's Bear Man, even Ziggler.
Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Del Rio, yeah.
Like it's supposed to be, it's almost like a championship or something like that. I remember like Mandem walking out with the Money in the Bank over, like Austin Theory's doing it now, innit? But we'll see what comes of it, innit?
Yeah.
But
well, they're even like heavy kind of planning that it's going to be a cash-in at SummerSlam at the main event, because these men are going to have a last man standing. These men are going to be dead come the end of the show. So Austin Theory is going to cash in then. Is he going to cash in? Is he going to fail to cash in? Is he just going to run away? I hope he gets away. I hope he doesn't cash in.
He's teasing it, though. You got Smackdown on Friday.
Yeah, I saw it.
So when Roman came in, he was about to speak. I don't know if he's about to speak, but Austin Theory came in and ran around the ring. Yeah, looked at Roman from the ramp and ran back out. So I think he's definitely going to try and cash. But what I think he should come on. Actually, he can't come on both shows because obviously Roman's got both titles. Yeah.
But so what I was saying.
Wait, quick question. If Austin Theory cashes in on Roman with the 2 belts, does that mean he gets the 2 belts?
Yes. He gets both belts. Exciting times, bro.
Bro, I can't lie. Either he doesn't cash in or he doesn't lose.
He shouldn't cash in against Roman. Unless Roman's been battered.
Yeah.
But even then, because one thing I do like about older cash-ins as well, and even you can say with Seth Rollins, once they cashed in, they still defended the title as like a champion. Like when Edge was champion, even though he do shenanigans, bro, Edge could go toe-to-toe with Undertaker and you'd be like, I believe it. You know what I'm saying? Even though Edge would do sneaky stuff, I believe it. When Seth had the championship, okay, I believe it. Do you know what I'm saying? Cool. Now, let's say Austin cashes in on either Roman or Brock. Brock is a wild card, but let's say Roman for the sake of like realism. Roman. Now, if you look at Austin Theory and Roman Reigns set for what's the pay-per-view after SummerSlam? What, TLC?
Maybe something like that. Extreme Rules, maybe?
Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
So if you see Roman Reigns versus Austin, and the thing is, Austin Theory doesn't even have the backup of like a faction behind him. Where if he had a faction, it would be believable because it would be like you can stomp jumps, you can do and you can cheat. But it's gonna be Austin Theory by himself against Roman or Brock, and it's like, rah, yeah, he's double champ, but I don't believe it.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but obviously this past week Ziggler returned and attacked Theory, right? Right now, I'm a bit more in the camp of Ziggler beating him for that briefcase, and then Ziggler being the one with the briefcase, telling a bit of a story, and then maybe he's the one that becomes champion. I know that kills off young talent coming through and all of that kind of stuff, but I really don't think, not that Austin Theory's not ready, I just don't think that we should rush him.
You know what? I feel like I like that narrative that if Ziggler beats Austin Theory and then he can cash in, etc., it will be good because then it's a perfect opportunity to make him face, so we can actually rally behind him. Because right now, we hate the guy, innit? I don't know about you guys, but I said
this. Like, what is Austin Theory's character? He's a man that takes selfies. Like, who is he?
Bro, he's no different from Tyler Breeze.
Tyler Breeze, yeah. Do you know, he should? I definitely feel like he should drop the selfie thing and go more of like a
serious.
Nah, he's already got that superhero look, like the Avengers sort of. I think he should go for like a superhero, not superhero like as in like Hurricane, but as in a guy that like his main ability is strength, because he is strong at the end of the day, innit?
This sounds like Cena 2.0.
Yeah, prototype. Yeah, be the prototype then. The actual prototype John Cena character.
I mean, if it's not broken,
it's not
broken.
No, I really just think they've absolutely rushed this guy. Like, even with the US Championship, like, he didn't really do much with it. A couple of defenses here and there, but yet they haven't been telling getting his character over in the meantime either. So it's not like they've been giving him loads of matches and he's been performing well, or they've just been spending loads of time on his character. They just haven't really been doing much of either. And now for him to basically be the heir to the throne, because that's basically what Money in the Bank is, like, it literally worries me, because this guy becomes champion and it's like, who is he? Like, who is he with this championship belt? Like, what's his characters and stuff like that? So,
you know what, Lex, I'm with you on that one, because I'm picturing it now. People that don't really watch wrestling, they know Roman Reigns now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's The Rock's cousin. They know Brock Lesnar. Oh, yeah, that's Brock Lesnar. Who the hell's Austin Theory?
But at the same time,
you wouldn't really know.
At the same time, as fact, I hear what you're saying. At the same time, as fans, we are the ones saying you want new stars, new faces, new this. But at the same time, it's all about, you man are saying it's an execution thing rather than Austin not being ready in it. So
yeah, it's an execution. Don't get me wrong, Austin Theory, this guy is talented, isn't it? I've looked back at a couple of his old matches, like, yo, he's good. It's just his execution. It's not winning me over.
Well, it's not his execution. It's what WWE are giving him to do to get his character over.
It's not his fault, you know.
I'll tell you what. He had a good run as the Evolved champion, innit? I remember watching some matches. Yeah, he had a good run as Evolved champion, and he looked good as a champion as well. So I definitely feel like he can still run. The only thing is this: the character of Austin Theory in WWE is not really going over like that, innit? So that's something they need to.
So is he a face or a heel?
He's a heel.
No, he shouldn't be a heel though. That's my only problem. Do you get what I mean?
But I think is he not easy to hate?
This, bro. If he's gonna cash, who's gonna cash in on? What? Intercontinental? You can't cash in Walter, because Walter's also a heel as well.
I don't know, man. This is why I think maybe, again, like we were saying with Cody, maybe he doesn't cash in at SummerSlam. They wait till somewhere else down the line where these belts are actually separated, and then Austin Theory cashes in. I would like them to use this as an opportunity to tell at least like a year-long story with him and this briefcase, and maybe right down to the point where on literally day 365, his last day as an opportunity to cash this in, is when he actually cashes it in and does it, sort of thing.
Yeah, like, I'd say wait till like Mania season, like Mania not has to be Mania, but that's so Royal Rumble 2 Mania. like that's when you have Theory really like, okay, like I'm here in it. Whoever, like it could be a thing of like whoever wins at Royal Rumble, just know I'm coming for you. I'm coming for the champion. Just something like that. I don't think immediate cash-ins need to happen. I don't think,
or maybe even the night after Mania or something like that.
You know what? I hear that, but I feel like from this period up until Mania, they need to work on that character. They need to work on the execution for it to be believable. Because like I want to see Austin Theory with a briefcase and be like, this guy's a threat to anyone that has the title. Right now, I don't see him as a threat.
This is why on the 30th of July, he cannot become champion, because none of us we're here saying the same thing. We don't know who this guy is ultimately. Like, it's the 30th of July is far too soon for this guy to become a champion.
I've got a question for you guys, yeah?
It's too soon.
You see, I'm not trying to compare it like whatever, but you see when Cena first came on the scene, yeah? Did you gravitate him towards it straight away? The first time you set eyes on Cena. Actually, wait, out of Cena and Brock Lesnar, who did you gravitate? Who did you go towards? Like the most, it was like bam.
I mean, it was Brock, but Brock was a monster.
No,
the thing is, but the thing is, if you look at they took their time
with Brock. Yeah, they did.
They took their time with Cena, because Cena was like, okay, there was the prototype. That didn't work. They went to the back. Then, but if he was doing thugonomics for time, and then
that's when I bought into Cena though.
Same.
Doing thugonomics for time. Then obviously he won the US title, introduced the spinner title. That stuff got over. Do you know what I'm saying? He was doing the rap battles with Big Show, Kurt, and like he was getting up. So with Cena, by the time he got to JBL, bro, he was already like he was ready. Like they let Cena cook with Brock. With Brock, it's like Brock's once in a million talent. You look at him, and it's undeniable. But with Cena, they took their time. Like even though it was fast, they still like you could see like what they were doing with him. Like the rap because he was doing the rap battles consistently, and that was getting over.
Bro, it's not as if it was any corny rap battles. This guy was going in. Bro, I literally thought like before wrestling he was like a rapper. Like
but I was
he was believable. Like this guy, you'll go on YouTube, you'll just type in John Cena rap battle, and then there's him doing battle with a fan outside the arena. It was believable.
The feuds of Carlito, Big Show, like he was doing this thing.
Very good stuff.
I feel like with John Cena, he capitalized on the moment. So, for example, during that time when he came out Dr. Thugonomics, hip hop was booming. 50 Cent, Chingy, all the man were like popping. You know what I mean? Okay, if Chingy, I don't know about Chingy, but hip hop was like do you know what I mean? Hip hop was like the thing in it. So I feel like he capitalized over that. Because I feel like, in the essence, WWE needs to do something similar to that right now. I don't know if it's the selfie thing, but they probably think the selfie thing is what kids are doing nowadays, but I don't think it's that.
It's true.
But
okay, so you know in NXT 2.0, there's this guy Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller is amazing.
And Grayson Waller's gimmick is very much, I'm the social media guy. I get all the likes. I've got all the followers, this, that, and the other.
Jake Paul, basically.
Huh?
It's basically like a Jake Paul.
Jake Paul the wrestler.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that could have been what Austin Theory kind of expanded this selfie thing to. You see what I mean? I'm more of like a social media guy that runs up numbers online and all that kind of stuff. Like the selfie thing, is taking selfies, the whole thing of a selfie and a selfie stick and all of that. That's like 2014, 15, bro. Like, why are we here running that character now?
It's a Tyler Breeze type beat, bro.
And it didn't even get over for Tyler Breeze too tough. Like, so why are we running it with someone else? Like,
but isn't Max Dupri doing something similar? I know it's models, but isn't that an influencer thing as well?
I'm invested in that, by the way. I just have to put it. I'm invested. More of like a thing where it's like he's basically a manager. I don't know if you guys. You know Ricky Martel? Like it's like a Ricky Martel sort of thing. Yeah. I'm too good. You guys can't touch me, and you can't touch my guys. So his guys are basically like models, and even Mansoor. But I didn't call it that was like Mansoor, you know, like all pumped up and stuff. But I'm ready. I'm looking forward to see how they actually wrestle in that character.
But that's exactly the problem. That's where this whole gimmick is going to fall apart. Because right now, even like next week, are they going to do like another collection that they're going to show? The modeling thing is going to get dry. It's going to get old quickly.
Bring in new characters in. Keep bringing in new people.
And as far as I'm concerned, out of all of these, Mace, Mansoor, I only care about LA Knight. Yeah. And to be fair, even in ring, I don't care about LA Knight. But as a promo, I'm entertained.
Yeah.
So what is the next step for something like this to keep us interested?
I definitely thought, okay, with the whole management, with the whole model thing, I feel like he should bring in new people every week. And they should basically try and audition to be a model. Then one day, out of that new people that try to audition, there's one guy that comes up and he steps in. For example, like he gets someone like, for example, say if they bring Grayson Waller in to the main roster and they change his name and he's a new guy that they bring up. So down, they push him, everyone has the energy to him and he becomes the person that shines and hopefully one day he becomes the person that becomes the WWE champion, whatever. Do you get what I mean? So it's a faction, but eventually that one person that comes in, that he comes and changes the game and makes it.
So it sounds to me it should probably just be more of like a TV segment rather than actual anything to do with wrestling.
For now.
But at the same time, obviously we saw last week the conversations online about how much wrestling was on Smackdown between 13 and 15 minutes, which is atrocious, really.
I can't lie, bro. I can't lie. Listen, we're watching flipping. It's a film at the end of the day.
I hear that, but it's atrocious, bro.
You should know what you're ordering, bro. If you should know what you're ordering, if you go to McDonald's, you know you're gonna get the Happy Meal. You're not gonna get.
I
get that, but bro, you're watching Smackdown.
And now if you put it like this, yeah. Smackdown, taking out adverts, commercials. Smackdown is 1 hour 40 minutes long on air.
Yeah.
Less than 15 minutes of wrestling.
That's terrible.
Is not good enough.
I'd forget AEW. I'd remove that AEW exists.
Yeah.
Let's look at historically, what SmackDown has given us in the past. We've got an hour-long matches on SmackDown before. Like he's like, forget. Like, let's look. If we look at things from what the past of WWE to the present, of course, yes. But here's the thing: storylines and people like storylines and wrestling shouldn't be opposed to each other. Shouldn't promote one over the other. They should work in harmony. The storylines are builds to the matches. Like you're getting these characters over in segments so that when they go in the ring, I'm invested. Yeah. But if you're just doing storyline, and these ones aren't getting in the ring, I might as well watch EastEnders.
Basically.
I might as well watch EastEnders.
That's what, but we know that's what, but that's why man, I don't watch SmackDown. I don't know anyone that watches SmackDown. Raw, you're expected to have like good matches, whatever. But SmackDown is basically a talk show. Look, let's be honest. It's been a time.
But the thing is, it may be that.
It's bad, but I already know what I'll go on in it.
It's crazy because just a couple years ago, SmackDown was meant to be the sporty side of.
Bro, the house that AJ Styles built.
Bro,
the house that AJ was doing bangers. You haven't seen Bray Wyatt, that bros, all of these, but like, let's not forget what it was. Mm-hmm. Even in 2016, back then we're good matches. We'll say AJ and Orton, bro. You have to demand. Even SmackDown's roster is actually not that as big as well anymore as compared to Raw.
No, it's nowhere near.
So that's another thing we need to even factor in. Not that I'm trying to be like a do you know what I mean? But
like, we can't negate the fact that WWE are sports entertainment and they care more about the entertainment than wrestling. So it's a given that we're not gonna get a lot of wrestling on either of their shows. But 13 like Roman's segment was about getting to 20 minutes long. Even this model stuff, Max Dupri and them man, was almost about 10 minutes long. So that's two segments that's already eclipsed twice how much wrestling was on the show. Then I know the women had like a bit of a chat segment, Liv Morgan as new champion and that. Like 13 minutes or 13 and a half or minutes or whatever it was.
Do you know what? Yeah, it'd make more sense. Let's say it wasn't a brand split and it was just like, okay, like Raw and SmackDown were just all one interconnected show. It would make sense, like, let's say if SmackDown was the build and Raw was like the matches. So
the show.
So we did all like the promos on SmackDown to get people hyped for Raw. But because SmackDown's got its own roster that it deals with, man. I don't know.
I find it criminal that WWE has found a way to give us a show that has basically zero wrestling, but still call it wrestling. Like, bro, we're being scammed. We are being scammed.
Well, they're not calling it wrestling. They're calling it sports entertainment. And that's their loophole to get away with this kind of crime.
That's why, see me, I can't lie. Fridays, 1 a.m., even before 1 a.m., you go to sleep.
Snooze.
Catch the highlights, bro.
But it's weird though. Raw and SmackDown.
There used to be bare highlights.
Weird,
yeah,
because like a year ago, it used to be the SmackDown show.
Yeah.
Everyone used to be like, don't watch Raw, watch SmackDown. Now
people were saying SmackDown was the A show now,
bro.
Well, you take Roman off the show weekly, then it turns into what it turns into. No Sasha Banks either, no Charlotte Flair. The show turns into what it turns into. Like I watched SmackDown. Huh?
When's she back?
Who?
Charlotte Flair.
Andrade's back on TV post their marriage, so Charlotte must be incoming any time from now. But yeah, I was just gonna say I watched SmackDown passively, and thank God I watch it passively, because if I sat down like this to watch SmackDown, I'll be bitterly disappointed that it's only about 10 to 15 minutes of wrestling. But I'm doing other bits, I'm tuning in and stuff. It's even better for me that I'm just watching promos and stuff basically, rather than I'm not missing anything in wrestling. But yeah, we can't excuse it. It's not enough wrestling on your so-called wrestling product.
I agree.
Like, you know, I get it that, okay, cool, sports entertainment, and like in movies, you're not gonna have a battle scene every scene, that you kind of have to build up towards it. But bro, this is criminal. Like, people are buying tickets expecting to see wrestling.
I can't lie.
You know,
If I wonder
what it's like live, bro. They're buying tickets expecting to watch wrestling, but
wait, are these men not getting dark shows? Is there not going to be a dark show at the end, or?
No, maybe a couple of dark matches. Yeah,
I'll be pissed off for it to WWE.
So you're not even getting storyline matches. You're getting filler matches.
You're getting
I can't lie. If I go to like watch SmackDown after Mania, and I just see 30 minutes of maximum Dupri models, and I see 2 squash matches, what kind of take my ticket back, man? What?
I'm not going SmackDown. I'm going Raw and I'm going home. Big man thing. When we got LA, I'm going Raw, I'm going home. I don't give a fuck.
It's starting to become borderline false advertisement, because everyone's paying expecting to watch wrestling, but they're just seeing people talking in the ring or talking on the screen.
The thing is, like, you expect, like I said, with WWE, like, you do expect like heavy focus on character and storyline, innit? I hear that, but anyway, we're beating a dead horse anyway. You said what you said.
Go on.
Go, bro.
No, I was just looking at the matches on SmackDown from last week. So there was the Vicious Viking Raiders, because they've had a name change.
They changed their what? I didn't clock that.
The Vicious Viking Raiders.
The Vicious Viking Raiders. I didn't know.
But in NXT, were they not called War Machine?
Something like that. No, that War Machine is New Japan.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're called Viking Raiders.
Yeah, they're called Viking Raiders. Yeah.
They were called War Raiders. They were called War Raiders in NXT.
Yeah.
I swear
they were called the Viking
Experience.
For like 2 weeks, and then everyone poo-pooed it, so they changed it.
Hey, see, they go to Disneyland or go to like a theme park, they go, this experience.
They're bursting out of their hands, like. So yeah, that match was like 2 minutes. Gunther beat Gunther didn't want to have his match, so he sent out Ludwig Kaiser to have a match with Nakamura, and Nakamura beat him in like 2 minutes. I think
criminal.
Liv Morgan had a match with Natalia, I think it was, or she had a match with Ronda Rousey. No, Ronda Rousey had a match with Natalia, and that was 2 minutes. And at Money in the Bank, Natalia and Ronda Rousey went for about 15 minutes.
That match was interesting. But yeah,
So how did Ronda last 15 minutes with Natalia a week ago, and now it's a 2 minute match? Like,
it's weird.
Criminal. This is criminal.
But this is the thing, how we're saying, we all sit down and watch a pay-per-view and we'll think, not half bad. 3 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5. But then it's because there's none of these silly promo segments, and you're just letting these people actually wrestle.
Yeah, that's what they do. They build up to the pay-per-views. They're like, I'm gonna give you just enough wrestling so that you don't go, and then the pay-per-view, I'll give you a lot of it so that you can come back the next month, and then I'll give you just enough.
So you're recharged, basically.
Yeah.
Criminals.
Bro, this is criminal behavior.
That's what I say. At the end of the day, guys, stop spending your time watching flipping SmackDown. Just watch Raw or watch the highlights.
Another thing, it's bad because I remember back in the days, I'll be able to go on YouTube, type in SmackDown highlights, and there will be bare matches.
Yeah, bare matches. Yeah,
now there's only like 2 or 3.
Yeah, don't even bother with it, fam. But yeah, chat to me. A-Dub, what were we saying? Did I watch it?
Yeah.
Nah. I didn't watch AW this weekend, no, last week. What happened on AW?
Wardlow's TNT champion.
I watched that. Yeah, sorry, I watched it.
You know what? Yeah, it was a good match. It just didn't. Why was it a street fight? It just didn't need to be a street fight because it's like, I don't know what I don't like. It could have been, you could have booked the match as a normal match, but regardless, the match was fine. I'm happy for Wardlow. He got his moment.
Yeah.
We'll see where it goes. The interesting part is the title reign because I think Tony Khan's done a good job in making Wardlow feel relevant and stuff like that. I'm interested the fact that he's facing Orange Cassidy today. That is very interesting.
Is that a title defense?
Yeah, it's first title defense.
Okay.
Orange Cassidy works well for a lot of wrestlers, so it makes sense. I hear it. It's just with Wardlow my thing is how do you book him? Because I don't want to see him doing powerbomb everybody. Everyone. No, but at the same time, it's like how much offense do you allow Wardlow to take? Like if it was Wardlow versus like I don't know somebody like
Luchasaurus,
maybe. Oh yeah, Luchasaurus. Then you can have 50. You could just do it like a regular wrestling match, 2 big men, whatever. But it's like with Orange Cassidy works best when somebody's working with him. But with Wardlow, it's like I don't want to see Wardlow working with Orange Cassidy. I want it's a problem. It's a difficult scenario, but like we'll see what go on. But the win was good.
I said on my TikTok that I just can't see how they're gonna book Wardlow differently from Jade as the TBS champ because Jade is pretty dominant, runs through people, clocks up wins. Isn't it gonna look very similar for Wardlow to do the exact same thing?
I would say there's 2 differences, and this first title defense, for example, immediately I've seen that cool. Jade hasn't faced an opponent, let's say in the women's division, as credible as Orange Cassidy is in the men's division.
I guess so, yeah.
2, I think the men's division is better than the women's division. I think there's more actual care put into this. Yeah. And I think with the men, there's like even in terms of the roster, I feel like there's a lot more names that you can drag a good match out of because with the AEW women's division, like the booking is terrible, but even if you look at people you trust to put on an excellent match, the list is few and far between. Mm-hmm. With the men, it's like you've got a lot more capable hands on deck. And I feel like there's a lot of guys that can make up for Wardlow's inexperience. Where in the women's division with Jade, because they're trying to protect her, it's like there's so many people. Like, for example, we haven't even seen Jade and Athena yet.
No.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Jade. Jade been squashing Marina Shafir and all of these I don't know who the new girl they got in the baddies, but yeah, they just be squashing
Layla Gray.
Layla Gray, you know what I'm saying? And like Anna Jay is like a prospect, but she's not up there. Like, who's the most credible third person Jade has faced is what? Ruby Soho and Ty Conti.
Yeah, Ruby Soho, and Ty Conti.
Yeah. It's true. That's true.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with Wardlow, it's a difficult one though. Like the concerns are there. But like we just have to see in it. Like
you know what, I'm gonna have faith because the way AEW been booking big guys has been good. I just think
Wardlow, just Wardlow.
It's just Wardlow.
You know what I'm thinking? When I say that, I have Rusev in mind, innit? I have Miro in mind, and I feel as though AEW can kind of replicate some things from Miro and just put it in Wardlow. Like he has to be a dominant champion, of course. So we're not going to see hot potato with the TNT title. That's a fact. That's how
you should do because it's a TNT title. It's like now that we've got the Atlantic belt, we can now hopscotch the TNT title. Do you get what I mean?
Hopscotch is the Atlantic this tin, bro.
No. That Atlantic title called hopscotch. Bro, that's the thing in UK.
We just came from hopscotch and it was atrocious.
Yeah.
Oh, Sammy Guevara. No, that was different though, man. Come on, man.
Bro,
it was hopscotch, innit?
That was different. That was different, guys.
Bro, that was elite hopscotch. If you look at the definition of hopscotch, that's the definition. It went from Cody to Sammy to Scorpio to Sammy to Scorpio. Bro, it was ridiculous. Leave it alone. The best TNT title reigns are the reigns where people have been allowed. Brody Lee, Cody, and the end of Derbies. All of them have been nice, long reigns. Leave it that way.
I'm ashamed of you. How can you not mention Miro?
So I said Miro.
Okay. Sorry.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember Miro's one too tough. I remember him changing the color of the belt, but I don't remember his reign.
His reign was hard, bro.
His reign was
he was squashing everyone.
Bro, he was coming out cutting promos about
the queer. Okay, cool. Now I remember now.
He was coming out cutting promos about I'm a bend my wife. Oh my god. Jeez.
Yeah, he had about 8 or 9 title defenses before he lost it, I think.
Bro, the match with Eddie Kingston, the match with Brody Lee, the way he finished Fuego, bro, he was finished.
When he finished Fuego, yeah, that was bad.
He had a good match with Lance Archer. Like, no, Miro's run. He had some slobber knockers, fam.
That's probably the exemplary TNT championship run out of all of the ones NK mentioned.
The best, right?
That's the best out.
That's the best one, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's the best one. I think it goes him, Cody, then Brody Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
Him, Cody, and Brody, then Darby. Darby's was fine, but it got better towards the end. But the middle part was a bit But yeah,
that's when they had just introduced Sting. So he was champion, but he was running around doing Sting stuff against Team Taz.
Yeah, man.
But, what was happening on AEW? I can't remember.
Christian Cage. This guy is
winning me over. I feel like I didn't watch it, but I watched it. Yeah, Christian Cage, easy.
Christian Cage and Luchasaurus, man.
He's moving mad.
I like promo against Matt Hardy, saying that Matt Hardy's moving like he's the drunk one, basically. That Jeff is the sober one. Like, yeah, man.
Christian during this run, ever since he turned heel, I'm loving it.
Invested.
I'm invested, bro. He's ruthless.
Well, you know, Christian as a heel, that's his bag.
That's his bag. No comparison, but I feel like when he took heel in 2004 against Chris Jericho, that was sick. I love that. When he took Chris Jericho, that was sick. So I already knew he had it in a minute. But
that heel turn still pains me till this day.
Yeah, that hurt me.
But I'm just not a fan of the formula of. Well, I don't mind it, but when it's constantly used in wrestling of someone coming back, usually the veteran wrestler, they come back, they have their face run, they get everyone on side, and then the turn comes. Why can't man just come back as the villain?
Be a good guy, or as a heel straight.
Yeah, be the villain from day one, bro. Like you said, this, but we know he does his great work. Then for me, if Christian then obviously went on, just flipping things around a bit, and then had his matches with Omega, became Impact champion, nearly became AEW champion, I feel like I would have been a bit more invested from the jump. Whereas the way round it happened, it almost felt like a lot was just being given to him to help, create Omega, as if Omega isn't a made man already.
Yeah,
like I don't know. I'm still not really a fan of all that, and I know they were in cahoots with Impact at the time, and obviously he's ex-Impact guy as well, but this is what I came here for with Christian, not everything else we got before it.
I want Jungle Boy to get healed because obviously he's injured, but boy, like I can't wait for the promo segment between them two, because this feud is gonna make Jungle Boy Jungle Man, fam. Now he's by himself.
We change his name after this.
You see Christian being healed, it's a win-win situation for everyone. It's a win-win situation for Jungle Boy, win-win situation for Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus, I like it.
I genuinely think Luchasaurus is the biggest winner right now, especially with Jungle Boy being injured. So he's kind of got the spotlight. They've clearly flipped things on the head where he's now Christian's sidekick or his heater. And man looks mad.
He looks different, bro.
Even Kane's music.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's not Kane's music.
It's similar. It's similar.
Bro, that's Kane. I say yes. Yeah, I like it. The black mask. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever saw him in Lucha Underground, but he's channeling a bit of that aura. Because in Lucha Underground, he was a heel still.
Okay.
Nah, man, big up Luchasaurus, man. I'm liking it still.
He's no longer looked at as the sidekick, because when you think of Jungle Boy, you just think of Luchasaurus as the sidekick. Now he's becoming his own character, his own main character.
Yeah, I feel like Jungle Boy, it's time. We've obviously seen glimpses of him as a singles guy when he challenged Omega and stuff like that. But now I feel like Jurassic Express, they've won the title, they've done their thing as a tag team. But now, it's like, let's go off, let's do our own thing as single stars, innit? And you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is when tag teams split up, like, it's not always Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. Sometimes let people shine, let both of them just shine away from each other.
I agree. You know what? This is a good opportunity for Jungle Boy to reinvent himself. I don't think he should be calling himself Jungle Boy anymore. Call himself Jack Perry, his real name.
Yeah.
This is the perfect opportunity for him to reinvent. Like, I don't want him coming back as this young Tarzan boy.
I think he should come back as Jungle Boy, and then through the experiences with Christian, he then develops into Jack Perry side of things. But yeah, just as we were saying, in terms of not one of these men becoming the Jannetty, this is obviously is Jungle Boy's unfortunate injury, but this is the beauty in him being injured right now, because now the focus is on Christian and Luchasaurus. Like, if Jungle Boy was ready to go right now, I don't know if this would have been the plan always for Luchasaurus, or how much of a shine Luchasaurus would have got. So yeah, man, it's very good. The question is, like you said, NK, like, how long is Jungle Boy gonna be out? Because potentially, like we've seen with the House of Black and Death Triangle stuff, they will drag this out.
They will wait.
They will drag this out until Jungle Boy returns.
The longer, the better.
Yeah, with this one, it's because it's like you can have Luchasaurus kill man for a while.
With less people involved.
Yeah, there's less people involved, where it's like, okay, like, we're literally waiting on one person. With Luchasaurus and Christian can go off and do their own thing, do little mini storylines, even, after Matt Hardy, they can move on to someone else that Christian has an agenda against. I don't know who. And then do it for a while, but then eventually Jungle Boy will come back. And I don't know which match is the main match you build to, Jungle Boy or Christian, or Jungle Boy Luchasaurus.
I think Jungle Boy and Christian, but I think it's a two-edged sword, isn't it? So both of them, it should build towards both of them, because obviously, in order for you to get to Christian, you not have to go through who? Luchasaurus.
Let me stop you there.
Go on.
Yes.
How does Jungle Boy defeat Luchasaurus to move on to the next boss, to the final boss? This is the conflict I'm having in my head.
Okay.
As to who's gonna be first, or who's the big match.
He has to call him for backup, man. That's what he's doing.
No, I don't think so. I just think he just has to wrestle smart, innit? Like, they have to find some way. I don't know, maybe like Jungle Boy works over Luchasaurus's leg the whole match or something. Like, do some Bret Hart things. Like, put back make it so. No, I feel like the story is here that obviously Luchasaurus should batter Jungle Boy throughout the match here, but it's like Jungle Boy's gotten older, he's gotten wiser, he's smarter. He's not relying on the dynamics. He's a smarter wrestler now. And you can tell too that Jungle Boy is smarter than Luchasaurus. He's attacking, you know what I'm saying? You can tell a story that way. And it's like raw, like, and it shows that cool. He's not just a young prospect anymore. He's a well-rounded wrestler, which makes him ready for Christian.
I'm a throw a spanner in the works. Jungle Boy should just join Christian and Luchasaurus so they can form this trio. I'm trying to see gang wars, I can't lie.
But I don't think it's
they're already together.
Christian doesn't like him.
Christian's cussing out his dead dad.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Christian wants to sleep with his mother.
Yeah.
Like him.
Unless it's a thing, yeah, where unless the thing was like they got Luchasaurus at the ringside, and after they got Jack Perry, Jungle Boy versus Christian, but Luchasaurus was trying to dip it in and out. Then he gets kicked. You know, like what Diesel used to do for Shawn Michaels, something like that. And after eventually, there's a standoff between Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. And Luchasaurus looking at him, and after Jungle Boy's like, "Bro, you're my bro, man. We've been through this together, man. Come on, man." You got what I mean? They're looking at each other, talking. Christian comes in and shenanigans and
no, I don't mind Luchasaurus turning back face at some point. I don't mind that. I don't mind Luchasaurus going back like later on in it, like they rekindle, but I don't mind that. But Jungle Boy and Christian, they can never be friends. Never. Like it's done. It's done. Man is cussing out my dad. Man's cussing out man wants to beat my mom, cussing out my sister. It's a mess. It's a mess. Yeah,
the only way I can think they can get away with it is if they display, if they illustrate like the heat between Luchasaurus and Jungle Boys becomes so much. The match they do have is like a gimmick match, a street fight, a last man standing. Then you can find the way for Jungle Boy to, still use his wits, but then overcome Luchasaurus because he can use other elements.
What do you guys think of the whole All Atlantic title thing now that we kind of know what it is?
Yeah.
This is kind of what I wanted it to be because we were all saying that like the title doesn't have when it got first announced, it didn't have an identity. It was just like, bro, how is this different from the TNT? But now we see Pac elsewhere defending it. It's the international title, isn't it? It's like, but it's going to be abroad. Do you think this has sustainability? Do you think it's a good idea? Yeah, like what are the pros and cons in it?
100%. With this title, obviously you're not going to see it as much on TV because it's going to be in Japan, it's going to be in Europe, it's going to be in South America. Like it's a touring belt, you feel me? So I feel as though we're going to hear about it just from what's happening, just from where it is. But I've lost my train of thought.
So I think that's a pro of what you just said, Laps. I think one of the cons is that how does the home crowd or the AEW diehards, the AEWs in fans in North America get some affiliation and love for that title because it's not going to be on the Dynamite every week. How do the fans that turn on to watch Dynamite and Rampage ultimately fall in love with that championship?
I got an answer to that. You see in football how like everyone has like a home country or home team they support. If you want the title to come back to America, get an American wrestler to represent and get the title back for you. This is like a World Cup.
Which they have kind of said is a stipulation that it'll be for countries outside of America. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah. So Americans
they said, I think the main stipulation is that it will be two people of different countries, and it's to highlight other countries, but Americans can win it because they said Americans can win it, not to be like exclusionary, but it's mostly going to be people out there in it. I'd say the way to fix the problem is Pac's not on TV a lot anyways. So I feel like if you have Pac, obviously the title just got established, but let's say, so between now and All Out, AEW will probably do another show like Fight for the Fallen or whatever, like those so have Pac come back for those, have him like maybe like twice a month, but obviously during the main pay-per-views he has to defend the title on pay-per-view, that it's a must, like he has to defend the title. But then once every couple weeks he's back on American soil, and even if he's not defending the title on Dynamite, he's just talking about his next opponent. I feel like that way you see the title, because that way you see the champion, but you also see that he's around the world winning it. And I think the key to this title after Pac is someone from another promotion has to win it, even if it's for like a short time, even if it's for a month.
100%.
Let someone from like AAA win it once, and then or defend it on AEW. Maybe even have like 2-3 title defenses and then lose it. So it creates the mystique of, this is really international.
Yeah, anyone can,
Yeah.
By the end of this year, just on that point, I would like to see the following two people as champions. Whether it's in this country or around the world somewhere, sorry, not in this country, in AEW or wherever their other promotions are. Vikingo. And Takeshita. I think these are two people that AEW are actively courting to obviously become AEW full-time guys. Takeshita's obviously got a deal in place now, but he's not AEW per se. Vikingo, the Bucks are basically saying, listen, mate, when you're ready, sign the thing and join.
That'd be insane.
And these are talents that are, going round, can put on good matches, so that keeps the belt, being where it should be. young talents as well. And again, it shows them that, we've got faith in you to come to AEW and do something when the time is right. But for now, we want to make you our touring champion as it is. So yeah, I think those two guys for sure need to become
need to become Ollie.
I feel like obviously Takeshita, we're gonna get Takeshita, but Takeshita is a good shout. Vikingo, he's insane in it. So like, he's insane.
Next level.
So yeah, you know what? But I could easily see still easily see in this overshadow the TNT. But here's why.
Yeah.
Especially as Wardlow as TNT champion.
Yep.
The matches will get formulated. As much as we say, the matches will be formulaic. With Pac, you're gonna get with Pac and whoever
bangers.
You're gonna get bangers, and because you've got the whole gimmick of it being international, it feels different. It just feels like and especially like, bro, if you've got like Pac coming back on a pay-per-view versus Laredo Kid or somebody, or you know what I'm saying, like. Or people are even saying Ricky Knight Jr. in Rev Pro or somebody, like it'll be mad. It'll be mad. Obviously, I know Oku's cruiserweight champion, but let's say Oku loses the champion. There's no reason why Oku and Pac can't reload it again. You know what I'm saying?
Reload it.
Like, bro. And the thing is, even as us as British fans, bro, we could easily see, bro, the fact that Pac's doing this, bro, who's to say that Pac won't be at the next York Hall show?
Facts.
Who's to say that Pac Hall show?
It's facts.
It's a 2-night thing, That's happening very soon.
It's sold out already, though.
It's sold out, Myth, we can't go.
It might be might be on the card, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like this is a good opportunity for, people to, go out and do the guys that want to do their indie dates and want to not necessarily be tied down to the television program. Yeah, have fun with the title. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. The show match was okay. The only part I don't like about outsourcing the title to different companies is that the production value sometimes isn't the same. But what can you do? What can you do? But yeah,
I was gonna chime in on that quickly. So I think big up AEW for having an initiative of getting the footage and presenting it to the present on AEW Dark. So this is my thing here. So I feel like they need to basically revamp AEW Dark and make it a thing where it's like, whenever there's an AEW wrestler wrestling in another company, they should show an AEW Dark. Forget these matches.
That is it.
Forget all these matches. If it's what's his name called? Bowen? Is it Bowens? And what's his name again? What's his name again? If they're claimed are wrestling in flipping Philadelphia, some DPW or something, they should show that on AEW Dark. If John Moxley's having matches with Biff, what's his name? Biff Music in Bloodsport, they should show that on AEW Dark. Let it be a showcase of your wrestlers wrestling abroad rather than you getting wrestlers from other companies and coming here. We need to be in the know because more time we're trying to watch these matches, but we can't watch them because we don't know where they. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like with important matches, do that.
But this is AEW Dark though. You're not gonna
no. But I feel like because as AEW Dark here, the main execution is for a lot of the younger talent to get reps, even though they're executing it wrong. The main goal is for the younger talent to get reps. So I feel like what you do is what they did with this week with Dark made perfect sense. You do two, 3 big matches. So you do the Thunder Rosa Mayu match, Yamashita, and then you do Pac Shota. Then you can fill the card with whatever squash matches you do for the reps. Because I feel like the reason why I say that is because logistically AEW Dark is for reps, and I feel like what you can do with AEW Dark instead of having
there's Dark Elevation, no?
Yeah. I was just going to ask. So if you say that's Dark is for the younger talents, what's Elevation for?
I don't know what Elevation. I scrap it.
Yeah. Right. So I'm very much again same message that everyone is saying here. Make Elevation be for the younger talents.
Yeah.
And then at least make Dark. I mean, you've said it in the name, Elevation. So let that be their show. And then for these the guys at Moxley doing maybe in New Japan Strong. Or for Pac going around defending this title, Thunder Rosa the same. Someone having maybe a big GCW championship match. make Dark like, oh, this is what our wrestlers are doing elsewhere. And I bet you your views for Dark, your amount of people that tune in to watch this show will rise, because now all of a sudden we can see your talent working. And you know, AEW have been almost these people in the new era championing working with all these other promotions. Yeah. So now this is even a step in terms of making a step towards some type of network where we can now see your wrestlers working elsewhere, and it could help where they clearly do have limited time on Dynamite and Rampage every week to show us what other people are doing elsewhere.
I feel like for like big title matches, especially like if it's a US Championship match or whatever, see what footage you can get elsewhere, and then put it on Dark, because I feel like this is the first time I've tuned into Dark. I'm like, oh shit, like I'm actually gonna watch Dark. Like there's something to watch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even like the Maya Machita match, bruv, she's gonna be on AEW because she beat Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, most likely.
She beat Thunder Rosa.
I didn't get to that part yet. Shit, that's fine.
Oh, my bad. But yeah, she's not. But she's gonna challenge Thunder Rosa for the AEW Championship at some point on AEW, innit? So yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Cool, guys. Let's get into Arts Wrestlings. What does Del normally say? Arts Wrestlings, where we get you, the viewers, to ask us anything wrestling related. Let's go. First question from Mr. Frimpong. Who do you think was the greatest tag team of the Golden Age era, Attitude era, Ruthless Aggression era, WCW and TNA? That's my question one. So let's go through the greatest tag team in the Golden era. Steiner Brothers. No.
Who are you gonna say?
Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom
they're my favorite.
Yeah.
I would say Steiner, just because they're more of my favorites than Legion of Doom.
Okay.
I can't speak on God. I didn't watch none of these, man.
You Steiners?
I can't.
Your people though, they battle, man. Have you not seen what these dudes, man?
No, I've seen Steiners, but it'd be because Steiners are the only ones I've seen. It'd be like weird to say Steiners are the best. Those are the ones I've seen. I can't compare them to no match. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
I can only speak for the some of the OGs. Heart Foundation.
They were good.
Was that Golden Era though?
Yeah, that's Heart Foundation. Okay, you got Jimmy Neidhart and flipping Bret Hart early. They were decent to watch. They were cool.
They started as tag teams before they went into singles, innit?
Yeah. I don't want to say anything back because I was going to look at me and say, Lloyd, you shouldn't have said that, mate.
That's why I ain't saying that. I'm going to stick in my lane. I ain't saying that on the back.
Yeah.
What's the next one? Attitude Era.
No.
Yeah, say it. I know who you're going to say.
Yeah, I think I'll say the Hardys to my chest.
Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
No, Edge and Christian.
I was never Edge and Christian, guys.
Bro, that was funny.
For me, if it's not the Hardys, it's the Dudleys. I'm going with Hardys.
You know, I'm with you. The Hardy Boys. Like, bro, the Hardy Boys are the reason why a lot of us, like my age, got into wrestling because of the Hardy Boys.
Hardys, man.
Yeah.
Clear, man.
Bro.
Ruthless Aggression?
Oh, wait. I got one out of left field for Ruthless Aggression.
Who? The greatest world greatest tag team?
Team Angle.
I didn't say that. I knew it.
Ruthless Aggression. Shit.
NK, whilst you think about that, I think for me, Ruthless Aggression, Edge.
Evolution.
And I'm only saying Edge because every single tag team he was put in, he was champion.
Rated RKO?
I got it.
He was with Hogan, innit? Hogan, Mysterio,
rated RKO, bro. He was always champion.
Was rated RKO Ruthless Aggression?
You rated RKO Ruthless Aggression?
The end of it, basically. Ruthless Aggression ended in 2008. Rated RKO were champions in like 06. Tag team champions.
I can't think, but there's too many.
That was when they were beefing DX.
Yeah, you know what? I might say Team Angle. Why not, man? Why not?
The Team Angle. Okay, I agree with that. I'm gonna stick with I feel like the Hardys are still around then, right? Actually, they weren't much work like that.
They weren't.
No, the Dudley Boys had a good run in the Ruthless Aggression though.
They used to split them, didn't they?
Like they came back together.
Bro, the Dudley's best run was before the Attitude Era when they were actually up.
Let me stick to my guns. Yeah, let's go with world's greatest tag team.
World's greatest tag team.
WCW.
I can't speak on that.
Harlem Heat.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm coming for you.
Loved Harlem Heat.
TNA.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I've got one.
Do you know what? For me personally,
Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, I think it has to be. They're the best.
They're
But
phenomenal.
honorable mentions: America's Most Wanted, LAX, obviously Styles and Daniels. Oh Lord. Yeah, no, I'd say Motor City Machine Gun still. Yeah,
Like,
those are the. Yeah.
You see how everyone says the X Division's mad? Just think of two of those people coming together.
Right,
Bro, now you've got double.
They're cold. Very
double
cold.
madness.
Beer Money. Oh Lord.
Beer Money, very cold.
Beer Money.
Beer Money. Yeah, but
Can't
definitely.
lie, the Dudleys were quite good in TNA.
What, Team
as well.
3D?
Yeah, Team 3D.
Yeah, they're all right, but nah, for me it has to be Motor City Machine Gun still. Yeah.
Nabil, big up Nabil, he asks, how would you book MJF's return angle?
I don't even know.
I've been thinking about this and I don't know.
I don't know, bro.
Coming to Monday Night Raw, where we got a special signing. you see the silhouette, the guy holding his coffee.
Because you know the thing about MJF here, they left it in the perfect way, yeah, in terms of that realism way. It's not like he set up a storyline afterwards. He just cut.
Yeah.
So he has to bad up someone. For me, I'd shoot him straight to the title. Like, not like in the title, like bad up Moxley, like do something, like, because if your whole agenda is I don't like Tony Khan, cool, I'm gonna bad up where the money is. You're champion. I'm gonna ruin it. But if they've already done Moxley MJF, because it would have worked with they've already done Moxley MJF. Damn it.
I still think there is a lot more intrigue in MJF somehow becoming interim world champion and facing Punk for the actual championship rather than Moxley Punk when Punk comes back. I think that is where the money is.
I agree.
I don't know how we get there though.
No idea how we get there, but they've left things open-ended, innit? So we'll see. But yeah, man. But somebody said, if you do it like this, it's long, but if you do it like this, let's say, cool, you continue Moxley's interim, you have Punk beat Moxley, but then you have Eddie Kingston beat Punk and have Eddie Kingston beat Punk, so Eddie Kingston becomes champion, but he's only champion for like a couple weeks, then have MJF beat Kingston. Because Kingston will be like, oh my God, yeah, and then the person to undercut his moment will be MJF.
I can understand how that'll work well for MJF, but if I'm completely 100% honest, I'm still not even sold on the idea of Eddie Kingston becoming world champion.
Yeah, at the moment, I can't lie, I can't see it. I know he's fan favorite, but I just...
How comes?
I like he's fan favorite, and I get that, but like I don't know. I just haven't quite bought into him being, this is Omega carried this championship. You see what I mean? In my heart, Omega is he's too high up for a couple of these men to be in the same bracket as him.
But for me, it's like I don't see Kingston being like it's not going to be a long reign. It's literally going to be like the moment. It's just the moment. You just want the moment, and then you take it away from him. I think Kingston's a character where
I can buy into that.
Yeah, but Kingston's
same night.
Next night.
If it's same night, then I'm invested. But next night we have to sleep on it. Nah, let's not sleep on it. Do it tonight.
I'm here for like Grand Slam. It's gonna happen in New York on a Wednesday night. I'm happy for him to win a Grand Slam, and then next Dynamite he loses that championship.
Yeah, man.
I'm
the thing is because you have to let the moment marinate. You have to just 1 week. Oh my God, I've done it. I've achieved my goal. Because that's Eddie Kingston's character. Eddie Kingston's character, he's just let him touch the mountaintop and then fall. Yeah. But let him at least stand there and soak it in.
Like, I feel like the most exciting things happen when things have been removed. That things have been changed twice in one night. Do you get what I mean? Imagine Eddie Kingston lifting up the tower saying, "Yes, I've done it. Show my the boy who there has begun." He's holding like this, like that. MJF comes in, knocks him out. Tells referee, pin him now.
Right. 1, 2. But AEW don't have a situation that can happen. They don't
have money in the bank
or anything like that. So
if MJF basically steals the title away from him. Do you get what I'm trying to get?
There needs to be something basically where it's like, okay, he's won at Grand Slam. That was his championship match. But beforehand, it was already agreed that the number one contender is going to face the champion the following week.
Casino battle, easy. You do for example, let's say it's All Out. Let's use you All Out. Let's say random. Okay, let's say Full Gear, for example. Eddie Kingston's already booked to be in the title picture. They do one of them dumb casino battle royals or whatever. MJF comes in last minute, wins it, and it's like, next week I got you, Kingston. And then he wins.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay. But I think that's the way you do it. You just set it up, and then because the thing about Kingston is that Kingston is like, he's a loser. That's his character. He's supposed that he's a loser, but every loser needs that one moment where it can be like, I did it. And then just take it away from him.
I agree.
I don't want Kingston to have no 4 or 5 months title reign. Hell no.
This is what scares me when people say Eddie Kingston should be world champion. That's obviously what comes to mind. Like he's gonna hold the belt for an extended period. If we're all in agreement that he loses it the next week, then I'm cool with it. Yeah, let it become world champion.
At longest he has it a month, but even a month is a stretch. But at longest he has had it a month. But I feel like to get into Kingston that book, you have to build him a bit more. But he's slowly getting there, isn't it? Like,
Eddie should win it at a Dynamite and lose it on Rampage the same week.
No, that's cool. That's stabbing the back. I'll leave the company if I was him.
No, that's poor. Let him
1 week at least. 1 week at least.
Yeah,
that's Silver's booking.
1 week. You lot are deep on Eddie Kingston, man.
No, I feel like Eddie Kingston, it needs to be tragic, man. We need to feel like,
why do you want this guy to feel pain?
Laps, he's the perennial loser. 2021, he was in four pay-per-views, didn't win one match. He's in his DNA. Yeah, he put some good matches, of course.
Oh, no. I think Eddie Kingston's like, I wouldn't say wrestler of the year or nothing this year, but like you know, like he's been putting on clinics this year. Like he's been doing well. Like I think
I'm favorite for sure.
Yeah, I'd say like he's given Jericho his best match in AEW, in my opinion.
Do you think Eddie Kingston's someone that can really affect you emotionally? Like if this guy wins, are you gonna feel the emotion?
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
And if he loses, like straight away, do you think you'll be sad?
Proper. I'd hate MJF.
Fair enough, he's shaking his head.
I'd hate it.
Depends how it's done, innit?
I'd hate MJF. Like Eddie Kingston
needs to be done in a slimy way, an MJF way.
It needs to be evil. Like evil. Like now, when I'm evil, I mean as in cool.
Yeah.
Like wow,
this is how wrestlers become tapped, you know.
There you go.
I hear it. I hear you lot's argument. I hear it.
Because I'll never forget that promo Eddie Kingston cut on when he was born up to Moxley. He's like, fam, he's like, this title's the reason why I told my mother why she doesn't have grandkids. This title's the bro. It's deeper. Imagine Eddie Kingston's promo the night after when he wins. You need to let him at least cut the promo. Like, this is what my mother, this is what I've sacrificed years for. This is what I've done, and I've done it. Then you take it away. You take it away.
I'm gonna move on quickly, but yeah, Delboy asks, do you feel like the more podcast gains notoriety and familiar with wrestlers that lines may blur about being honest and protecting feelings?
To a certain degree.
Wait, hold on. Is he asking podcasts in general?
Yeah. Or is he asking about our, I think
he's asking about us as we gain more notoriety and we interview
wrestlers. I feel like the more of a podcast, the more our podcast gains notoriety and be familiar with wrestlers.
Basically, would we be objective when we become acquaintances with these wrestlers? Basically,
like see how bite this was. Remember bite this? Like a show on WWE where they used to get like wrestlers come in and they'll be themselves and just talk about how much they hate the business of. Stone Cold came in and spoke about how much he hates Vince and stuff at that point, or how he hates WWE, and even the whole Edge and Matt Hardy beef was on Bite This as well. Do you remember it?
I don't remember it. No.
Was you with discussion? Type in Bite This. You know what Bite This is, man. You know what Bite This is. WWE.
Was it with Howard Stern or not?
It was with. I think Vince was on there at one point, and that guy. What's his name? What's this guy called again? Josh Matthews. Is that Josh Matthews? Yeah, Josh Matthews was on there. Type in Bite This. You know about Bite This, man. It was sweet. And Todd Gresham was on there at a point as well. It was good, man.
I think it's one of them ones where generally you show love to people that show you love, innit? If a wrestler comes on and you're invested in the wrestler and you have good conversation with them, obviously you're going to check for them more, you're going to look out for what they're doing, you're going to support them more, innit? At the same time, I don't think any of us are liars. It won't mean just because someone comes on that I think you're the greatest wrestler of all time and all of that nonsense. Like, you just have to keep it 100. But yeah, there will be guys that come on and like Tate Mayfair's comes on and tries to go into business for himself. So yeah, we just have to watch ourselves, really, innit?
I feel like we've even though we banter, we joke around, like we're never disrespectful, even in our analysis or criticism. We never come for these wrestlers personally. So it's like we always critique the product. We always critique whatever product we're watching. So if we come to a situation where a wrestler will come on and become like cool with them, like obviously we might not rip into them because we're like, okay, this guy's a cool guy, but I'm not gonna say like, God, for example, if the Miz comes on WRESTHINGS, great guy, he's not getting in my top 10 regardless. So it's like, it's a fact though, but like, I can still praise him for like his achievements and accolades and what he's done within his company and still celebrate that without lying to myself and saying he's better than Kenny Omega. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's a level of like respect and of like, you can be respectful and not lie. Yeah, you have to be a bootlicker for these companies, but if people want us to go and tell, I don't know, Will Ospreay that he's a jumpy merchant to his face, this probably ain't the place for you. Do you know what I'm saying? It's probably ain't the place for you. We don't do that here. We want to make money, B. We want to make money. We want to make money. And I love Will Ospreay. Yeah.
People come wrestling's for the real, man. They don't want us to become some corporate voices for the people. So
Big up knowledge. He asks, what wrestlers has positively surprised you most in 2022?
Positively surprised me.
Positively surprised me. I would say Becky Lynch for women at WWE. I feel even, especially since WrestleMania, since she dropped her championship, she's kept herself very relevant. She's been doing some really good character work. And yeah, I didn't know that, I guess, we'll see this next step in her character of what was the man character to now big time Bex. Like, she's been doing some good stuff. So I'd say her as a one.
I'd say 2.0. I wasn't the biggest fan of 2.0. I just thought like, okay, they had their ceiling, but like, nah, like they've been. I didn't like Joker Appreciation Society at first. I wasn't feeling it. I was not liking it. I didn't like it. But you see, 2.0 is the reason why I'm invested. I can't lie. 2.0, Matt Menard. Oh my God, with that fugazi New York accent. Oh my God. No, but 2.0 have like, man. Yeah, big up to them, man. Big up to them, man. And even I think I'm a fan of the Acclaim now.
Acclaimed,
They've got themselves over.
Yeah. I can't lie. I think my person has to be Matt Riddle. I didn't really expect him to be such a fan favorite like this. I would have assumed WWE were gonna drop the ball, to be honest.
I think for me, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I'll be dead, bro. Even before Mank even came on the podcast, I wasn't really watching his matches like that. Even not, but before you're cool, I wasn't really watching man's matches like that. But I know.
I know. Do you know why I know?
Watch me. Watch the way I acted in that video. I was booing man the whole time. When he won, I was silent. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Vexed.
Yeah, I'm vexed.
Bro, I remember he wasn't on Will Ospreay because when we did the tier rankings, you were like, that kid's gonna gas. I said, but Will Ospreay's the best. Like he's actually good.
For even someone like myself, I would say Will Ospreay has went up several gears from last year to this year alone.
No, Will Ospreay is so clear.
Yeah, the stock
like he was doing bits last year when he was IWGP champion.
I didn't even watch that.
The gears he has went up this year alone, like
his stock has increased so highly this year. Like it is ridiculous. Like the years is ridiculous.
I thought it was to Ospreay. I thought it was a clone though to Ospreay though. I don't know how he gets from Oxford Street to Alabama to from Alabama to Jacksonville, back to Oxford Street, back to Essex. But how does this guy do it, bro? It doesn't look tired.
His output is insane.
Crazy, fam.
His output is insane.
Psycho Walker asks, with all the injuries, who have you missed the most? Kenny Omega. I miss Kenny.
Kenny, bro, I miss him so much.
Omega is a big miss on AEW. They're coping well. They are coping well, but like even with what they want to do with the trios thing, like it's left a lot of man in turmoil, just in a holding pattern, waiting for Omega to return so they can launch these titles.
Omega, like the trios title, even the whole Elite and Red Dragon storyline is in purgatory. Like we've still got the unfinished business with Danielson to attend to. Like there's a lot of food, like there's a lot for Kenny Omega to come back to. But yeah, man, Omega, like they say, like when somebody goes really deep, like
Russell's makes the heart go fonder.
Yeah, but you really, because you have time. I think because when you watch a weekly product, it's like it's just okay. What's happening next week? What's happening next week? You don't really have time to deep what man has done in it, and it's like when he's gone, it's like how many moments has man given us, fam? It's outrageous. It's outrageous. But yeah, I'd say Kenny.
Yeah, I agree with Kenny. I'd also add Bailey. I think it's beginning to really show now that, you know, another top woman is needed on these WWE shows. Someone that can talk, someone that can go in the ring, someone that can become champion at any point, basically. Especially through, you know, Sasha Banks, Naomi not being on the show anymore. I feel like Bailey's been gone for a year now. On what they said.
What was the injury?
It was her knee, ACL. So what they said was going to be 9 months. Obviously, he's always techie with his knee, but it's now been a year. So it feels like at any moment now she should return. And yeah, she's needed.
Yeah. Cool. Next question is this by Aaron. And by Darren, he said, any promotion, any era, who's the best commentator of all time?
Commentator.
Yeah.
JR, 90s.
Yeah.
Mike Tenay, Don West, TNA.
William Monsoon and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Are you crazy?
What? Come on, get them out of here, man.
Are you serious, bro?
Nah, for me, JR.
Heritage says it's hating JR, man.
JR's the greatest of all time, bro. Like, bro, like you slap, bro. Whatever Triple H, like, do you know what JR, yeah? He has the ability, when JR hates someone, I hate them with them.
Yeah.
Triple H, you son of a bitch. You son of a... Oh my God, like, he's shaking hands with the devil himself. He's like, bro.
I think I told you, man, when I was a kid, I used to think that Stone Cold and JR were related. Because the way this guy used to bang for Stone Cold, I used to think, they must be family or something.
Get him, Austin.
They are heritage, man.
I'd say honorable mention of this era. My favorite is Mauro Ronaldo, man. I love Mauro Ronaldo so much.
Yeah, Ronaldo's excellent.
Mauro Ronaldo's
NXT guy.
Yeah, man, I love him, man.
And Excalibur's excellent. Excalibur is an excellent commentator.
Yeah, Excalibur's cold. Excalibur's very cold.
I'll give it to you. Things Ali McCoy though, man. What's his name? JR. He's got that. Do you know that voice?
It's the voice.
Yeah.
JR, like, think about it, for a lot of us, like, JR is the voice of our childhood in regards to wrestling.
50-50. William Monsoon and Bobby Brain Heenan, as well as JR and Jerry Cole and JR.
But
also, Jerry Lawler. Also, remember, Vince McMahon was sick on commentary as well, you know?
Yeah, he was a good commentator.
Vince McMahon was cold on commentary. Let's not forget that. But JR's storytelling just through the pain in his voice.
Do you know what it is? I feel like I know what Laps is gonna say. Don West and the thing again. And the reason why, Don West and bloody hell, Matt today were cold. Well, I don't think they were great though. They were just Matt today and Don West were amazing at capturing gas. Like if you needed somebody to scream at the top of their lungs, like this is bad. Like, because Matt today, the way he just screams certain spots is mad, isn't it? But I feel like balance in terms of JR will give you that, and JR will give you analysis. But Mike today is just gas. It's just pure. Like right today, you want him commentating a PWG match. That's what you want Mike today for. You want him to accommodate just Canadian destroyers, dives, red tete. Yeah, that's what you want Mike today for.
Not one of the best, but I think Don Callis has always been good as well.
Oh, Don Callis is great. Don Callis is great. I feel like the best New Japan commentary team was him, Rocky Romero, and Kevin Kelly. Yeah. I think Kevin Kelly and Don Callis worked well together. Yeah.
I think we're missing an important group as well. I can't lie. Wrestlings are the best commentators, man. Listen to us at Hustle Wrestling.
Yeah.
Come on.
Pluggy. Jimmy asks, whose legacy is most respected by the public, in your opinion?
Most disrespected.
Yeah. Things already said it for me. Oh, as soon as I saw this message come through, I already knew Goldberg.
Yeah.
People shit on Goldberg all the time for no reason.
It's because of how it's ended, though.
Yeah, it's because of the end.
Bro, let's not forget what he's done, bro. Let's not forget the
when he retires, isn't it?
Bro, I was watching a flipping documentary today, about some Russian guy that's in basic, a Russian guy that wants to get into wrestling. Actually, he's already in wrestling. And he goes, bro, I remember the time when I first watched wrestling, I had to show my dad that this is wrestling. My dad goes, this is fake. Until he saw Goldberg. Bro, come into the montage they gave Goldberg. Bro, I'll send you the documentary after. Bro, Goldberg is an icon. So I don't understand people will chat shit. Obviously, WWE stuff like
I feel it's the same thing with Undertaker and me. I'll say because I'm the same guy who crosses Goldberg and Undertaker regularly. When Mark Calloway was wrestling for the last 2 years, it wasn't Taker, it was Mark Calloway. I was finishing him. I was retire. But when Undertaker retired, I don't say nothing about him no more. Because the legacies, I judge you. What are you doing today? You're not retired. What you get the grace when you retire. But as long as you're on my TV, if you are doing Shangala high behavior on my TV, that's what I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna call out what you the same way Jeff Hardy's getting it today. But when Jeff Hardy retires, he's not gonna get it no more.
He's done,
He's not gonna get it no more. But today, Jeff Hardy, you're gonna get it. The same way today, Goldberg, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it.
I would say someone that's maybe not going to be disrespected, but they're not going to get their flowers because people are going to basically have slept on everything they've done. It's Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho he needs to be held like at a very, very high regard, in my opinion. And people will just say, "Oh yeah, Chris Jericho, he's done this, he's done that." It's like, no, say it with your chest. Chris Jericho has done a lot of things. He's birthed a lot of things in wrestling. Kept us entertained for years. Like,
the champion, no?
Yeah, like,
bro, Chris Jericho birthed a new company.
Basically,
bro, like, in terms of we talk about Undertaker longevity. Chris Jericho's in that conversation, bro. Chris Jericho and we talk about reinvention, bro. When Chris Jericho went New Japan, and faced Omega, bro, that's the reason why we're talking. That's the catalyst of why we're talking about AEW today. Of course, the main people, of course, Cody, the Bucks, but that was the match that made it possible. It was like, okay, let's do something because, Chris Jericho's mad. Like, he's not my favorite, but like, I will always have like respect for him. Even right now, in his AEW run, he's giving us moments, bro. He's giving us moments. The match with Nick Gage, the whole feud of MJF. Like, he might not be your favorite, but Chris Jericho, he's up there, man. Nah, respect to him.
Legend for real.
Yeah. You know what? I feel as though the situation we have with Chris Jericho is people aren't going to appreciate them until they're gone. it's unfortunate, but that's how I see it happening.
Until retires, yeah.
Retires or even worse as well.
Passes
from this earth, you know. But even back to what Anafi said as well in regards to Goldberg, you can do 100 things correct, do one thing wrong, and people will remember that forever. And that's the situation with Goldberg. It's unfortunate. And I feel as though the reason why everyone hates him is because of what happened with Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, okay. Before the whole Goldberg coming back to WWE, I remember I was on the internet early. People were cussing Goldberg from them.
Yeah.
But people loved Goldberg when he came back in the E, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying what I'm trying to say is that before even he came back, I remember I was on Twitter early. People were chatting shit about Goldberg then because the whole Bret Hart thing.
As they should.
Well, that's it then, isn't it?
Are you not using your brain or your Don's brain, bro?
No, but wait. If you injured the man and them are cussing you for injuring him, as they should. When he came, but the point is when he came back to WWE, bro, do you not remember Elimination Chamber? It was gas. People loved him. I don't like the Goldberg hatred started towards when he won the WWE Championship in the second one. Goldberg wasn't hated. That's the real Goldberg hatred. In 03, Goldberg weren't hated. No way. Bro, he spliffed the Rock, bro. Goldberg was so over that people were cheering him to beat the Rock. I'm not happy.
You know what, NK? NK, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one because, like, you might know D'Lo Brown, right? Does he get hate? Does he get hate for injuring a wrestler?
No.
He didn't injure Bret Hart though. He didn't injure Bret Hart.
No. He didn't injure Bret Hart.
No. D'Lo Brown made someone paralyzed. He botched the powerbomb, innit?
But I was gonna say someone else's name, but I'll leave that for after camera because I don't think it's come and cancel this podcast.
It's but the thing is, for example, AJ Styles has retired people, yeah, like with the Styles Clash. If AJ Styles hit let's say AJ Styles hit John Cena with the Styles Clash and paralyzed him, people would be saying AJ is the worst wrestler of all time.
Yeah,
it's the way it goes. Notoriety matters, and Goldberg, for me, like I said, when it's all said and done, I like Goldberg. WCW Goldberg, I love it. His match with Diamond Dallas Page, I love it.
Match.
Mad. Goldberg, nothing. And the thing is, here's my thing. Nothing I say about Goldberg currently can ever take away his legacy. There's nothing I can say that can take away his legacy. But I'm going to say it, though. I'm going to say it. But it doesn't take away. It's just right now, hell no.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Bro. But yeah, that's all the questions for this week. Hopefully next week we can be in the studio and we've got a special podcast dropping hopefully end of this month as well. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Yeah, man, any announcement, guys?
Just keep following WRESTHINGS, innit?
Get WRESTHINGS to 10k subscribers, man. The bad to come inside.
I want to plug something real quick here. The other day I was on Twitter and I saw a thumbnail pop up and I was like, fam, that's Mex's designs. Who the hell is copying Mex's design? I've gone on the page and clocked Mex has got another YouTube channel. It's called Cannon Club.
Cannon Club, yeah. Just so you Arsenal fans.
Yeah, go follow that, man.
We're just trying to get behind our team this year. Things are looking good, hopefully. So, yeah, if you're into football, Cannon Club on YouTube.
Also, guys, another announcement. Look at me forgetting. On the 23rd of July, please come catch us at House of Wrestling at Wood Green Wrestling. House of Wrestling presents Wood Green Wrestling. Tickets will be in our bio. Go check it out. Get a ticket. Come and see us commentate and host. We've got a lovely array. So I think the roster is one of the best rosters I've seen in the UK so far. So you guys come down, come check it out, come and support. We'll see you there. Love Island time tomorrow night. I've been a laughy.
Next.
Laps.
NK,
what going? I'm like, yeah.
Like NK setting the scene.
I'm like, yeah, what's going on there, bro? But yeah, guys, we'll catch you next week. Hopefully we'll be in the studio. We'll be in the studio next week for sure. But guys, we'll catch you next week. Peace, man.
you just got to the end of the podcast, and if you've enjoyed what you've listened to, enjoyed what you watched, enjoyed the vibes, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bow.